Imagine waking up tomorrow and your cell phone is dead. Not discharged. Dead. You try to turn on the light. Nothing. You run to the window and see the entire city plunged into absolute darkness. No cars are running. No planes in the sky. The silence is deafening. And then you realize it's not just a few hours. It's 3 days. 72 hours of total darkness. And NASA has just confirmed. It could happen later this year. In 2025, the US Space Agency issued a warning that caused scientists around the world to lose sleep. The sun has entered its most intense solar maximum in decades. We're talking about cannibalistic solar storms, explosions of radiation traveling millions of kilometers per hour directly toward Earth. And if you think this is a conspiracy theory, think again. It's happened before. In 1859, the Carrington Event destroyed telegraph systems around the world. Operators received electric shocks. Papers caught fire on their own. And that was at a time when humanity had barely begun to use electricity. Now, in the 21st century, with billions of connected devices, satellites controlling everything from GPS to banking transactions, what do you think would happen if the sun decided to hit us with full force? But here's where the story gets truly disturbing. Because while NASA calculates probabilities and monitors sunspots, there is an ancient prophecy that describes exactly the same scenario. And it didn't come from scientists. It came from mystics, saints, and religious texts that are hundreds, sometimes thousands, of years old. The prophecy of the 3 days of darkness. Padre Pio, one of the most revered saints of the 20th century, warned about it. Maria Julie Jahenny, a 19th century French mystic, described it in chilling detail. And we're not talking about vague metaphors. We're talking about specific descriptions. 3 days and 3 nights of absolute darkness. No artificial light would work. Only blessed beeswax candles would have the power to illuminate. The air would be poisoned. Anyone who dared to look out the window would die instantly. Demons would walk the earth. You may be thinking, this is clearly religious symbolism, right? Maybe. But what if it's not? Let's go back to science for a moment. In 2012, Earth narrowly escaped a massive coronal mass ejection that, according to NASA, would have thrown us back to the 18th century. Physicist Daniel Baker of the University of Colorado said that if that solar storm had hit us, we would still be trying to repair the damage today, more than a decade later. Electrical transformers would explode. Substations would melt. And here's the detail no one tells you. We don't have enough replacement transformers. Production takes years. A 3-day blackout? Try 3 months, or 3 years. But the prophecy specifically mentions 3 days. And here's where it gets even stranger. There is a biblical precedent. In the book of Exodus, Moses invokes the 9th plague on Egypt. Absolute darkness for 3 days. The Bible says that no one saw his neighbor, and no one rose from his place for 3 days. A darkness so dense that it could be felt. Something physical, not just the absence of sunlight due to clouds. Something more. Geologists and archaeologists have theories. Massive volcanic eruptions can throw enough ash into the atmosphere to block out the sun completely. The Tambora volcano in 1815 caused the year without a summer. Crops failed globally. People starved to death by the millions. And that was just one eruption. Imagine a supervolcano like Yellowstone, or multiple simultaneous eruptions perhaps triggered by extreme solar activity. Because here's the connection that few make. Solar storms don't just affect our electronic devices. They affect the planet itself. The Earth's magnetic field, our natural protection against cosmic radiation, can be temporarily weakened or even collapse locally during a severe geomagnetic storm. And when that happens, the ionosphere destabilizes. Massive electrical currents are induced in the ground. Tectonic plates, already under constant pressure, can be the final trigger. So here we have it. A cannibalistic solar storm in 2025 that could trigger cascading failures in our technological infrastructure. Possible intensified seismic and volcanic activity. And a prophecy describing 3 days of darkness where only sacred light works. Coincidence? The prophecy goes into more detail. During those 3 days, deafening thunder would shake the earth. Earthquakes would cause the ground to shake continuously. Lightning would illuminate the black sky, revealing things that should not be seen. and all who were not sheltered with sealed windows and blessed candles lit would perish. Now remove the religious language for a second. Rewrite this in modern scientific terms. Intense geomagnetic storms cause auroras at much lower latitudes than normal. These auroras can look like lightning in the sky. The currents induced in the ground would cause strange acoustic effects, constant thunder. The electrically charged atmosphere could make the air literally toxic, filled with ozone and other compounds. And if you were outside, exposed to direct solar radiation without the protection of the magnetic field, your skin would burn, your organs would fail, you would die. Sound familiar? But here's where the story goes from unsettling to absolutely terrifying. In 2023, a report from the University of California and the Virginia Institute of Technology predicted that a severe solar storm could cause an internet apocalypse that would last for months. They calculated the dates of greatest risk based on solar cycles. And guess when we are at peak vulnerability? Between late 2025 and early 2026. The prophecies of 3 days of darkness, compiled from multiple sources over centuries, converge on specific signs that would precede the event. Intensified global conflicts, signs in the sky, erratic behavior of the sun, loss of faith, social chaos. Anyone paying attention to the news in recent years recognizes this pattern. And it's not just Catholics. Similar prophecies exist in Islamic, Hindu, and indigenous traditions. The Hopi speak of the purification, preceded by celestial signs. Zoroastrianism describes 3 days of eternal winter before renewal. Cultures separated by oceans and millennia, all describing the same phenomenon. You can dismiss one prophecy. You can dismiss 10. But when modern science, using satellite data and computer models, arrives at the same conclusions about timing and severity that medieval mystics had in visions, you have to at least ask the question, what if they were seeing the same thing, just describing it with the vocabulary available to them at the time? NASA won't call it 3 days of darkness. They'll call it severe space weather event of Carrington level or higher. But the result is identical. No power, no communication, no transportation, no running water because the pumps are electric, no food distribution, hospitals on generators that will fail in days. And if the main transformers are fried, it's not a matter of days. It's a matter of years to restore civilization as we know it. 3 days of absolute chaos can easily turn into 3 years of civilizational collapse. And if there are geological components involved, volcanoes, earthquakes, the number goes up exponentially. So what do we do with this information? Physical preparation is obvious. Water, non-perishable food, flashlights, batteries, radios, a communication plan with your family that does not depend on cell phones, basic survival skills. These things are valuable even if nothing happens, because natural disasters occur constantly. But the prophecies speak of another kind of preparation. Spiritual. They say that protection would come not from bunkers, but from prayer. From being in a state of grace. From having prepared the soul, not just the body. And perhaps there is wisdom in that, religious or not. Because if modern infrastructure collapses, what will really determine survival is not your supplies. It is your community, your ability to cooperate, your psychological resilience, your faith. Whatever you believe gives meaning to suffering. The inconvenient truth is this. It's not a question of if a severe solar storm will hit us. It's a question of when. Scientists are unanimous on this. And when it happens, we will very quickly discover how fragile our technological civilization really is. The prophecy of 3 days of darkness may be literal, it may be symbolic, or it may be both. An ancestral memory of past cataclysmic events and a warning about future events, encoded in language that could survive millennia. The sun is waking up. NASA is watching. And the prophecies are echoing through the centuries. The question is no longer, could this happen? The question is, are you ready? If this video made you think, leave a like. If it scared you, share it with anyone you want to be prepared. And subscribe to the channel because we are only scratching the surface of these mysteries that connect science and prophecy. The next video will explore something even more disturbing. Until then, look up at the sky and maybe start preparing.